Hey, what is up, fellow critics? Darno here, back with another Farscape reaction for you guys. Today we're gonna be on Farscape Season 1, Episode 15. We're definitely getting through there. Really, like I said, really enjoying this show. It's really good. Definitely enjoying all the character episodes, driven episodes. We're learning a little bit more about the characters, the backstory, and really enjoying it. So let's go ahead and get into it. So before we start, guys, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you want to see this full-length reaction, check us out on Patreon. All right, let's go ahead and start it out.
What's with the rough ride? Moya need a tune-up or something?
Moya's pregnancy has drastically weakened her ability to starburst.
Oh, wow.
The child has first call on her resources.
Now I understand why the peacekeepers tried to prevent this pregnancy.
Oh, yeah. Makes sense.
Pilot incoming!
I see it!
Whoa!
Woo! Damn.
I am unarmed.
But your ship is not.
We detected a massive energy.
Oh,
You may join us now.
he knows that name. Oh, that's the guy? Wait, he didn't die?
So you stinking cops!
Oh, he loves spitting.
Durka died well over 100 cycles ago.
I am Durka.
Oh, oh boy. I remember that episode where he was like, he was really going through and he kept on seeing this dude, even though he wasn't really there, kept on seeing him. He must have been torturing Rygel the whole time.
You survived as Albinian, you would have died of old age over 50 cycles ago.
He was fortunate. We saved him.
Saved him. Who is this?
How can we be certain that he no longer poses any threat?
Because we spent over 100 cycles making sure.
Really?
We are transporting a very dangerous criminal.
Really? Oh, I've seen a picture of her before.
They won't tell you what I've done because they're embarrassed. You wouldn't consider it a crime.
But we do. And that's enough.
So what is it?
What you're gonna do to me is cruel by anyone's standard.
Oh, what is that? Oh, is that the neck thing she got?
We defeated a peacekeeper command carrier.
We have no warships. One of our standard host vessels engaged this Albinian, much like the one coming for us.
Oh. We cool, right?
That is a sadistic madman out there.
So you have claimed.
I was there, imprisoned on board the Zelbinian nearly 100 cycles before you were
Damn.
born.
Damn, how old is Rygel?
How did you survive their attack?
I faked my death
Oh.
and left on an escape pod.
Oh, he did fake his
You
death.
deserted your ship.
I have done far worse in my time.
Never meet your idols.
To tell me why Salas and Durka went so much trouble to bring you back.
I stole food when I was hungry, jumped transport without voucher. Defended myself when necessary.
That's it?
What will they do with you now?
Same thing as Durka.
Oh,
Mental
really?
Cleansing into an obedient zombie.
Damn. Ouch.
Don't let him take me. Please.
She playing it.
All right.
We'll see. I don't know. Oh, what the hell's that?
Leaving surgery.
Is that a flash? Whoa! It is a flash. Who is it? Wait, it was Rygel? Oh, shoot. Oh! Looked like he got his memories back. I don't know. I think he
Bastard just
did.
tried to frag us.
Did not.
Yeah, he did, and I'm ready to kick your sorry ass off the ship.
I shall confine myself to areas outside your sight.
No. We'll lock Rygel up first.
Oh, damn. No, maybe he's playing. He's playing that they have him controlled.
The explosion does not seem to have damaged Moya's systems.
What if he tries again?
He won't. He's locked in his quarters under restraint.
You will, of course, turn him over to me when the host ship arrives.
No.
Quiet down, or I'll have to hurt you. Quiet, Toad. Let's deal.
Let's deal.
Didn't I?
I can create a diversion.
She's crazy.
And draw everyone away from the hangar. They'll be too busy chasing me. The Nebari woman's escaped. She's in my
Oh,
corner.
dude. Why would you do that?
I can't find Jana. Is someone guarding the command?
Why? Is she capable of taking over the ship?
Possibly. She is capable of anything.
You're capable of anything. What can she do? Oh, damn. Murder, I guess.
The question is, how are the Nebari going to react?
Oh, I didn't even think about that. I did not think about that. They coming back to the ship and like, oh, our boy's dead. You guys did it. We're killing you all. About to grab that gun. Yep. Knew it. Oh, he kicked him in the face. Holy crap. He was playing him the whole time.
What do you think you're doing?
Oh.
I was cleansed. I genuinely felt ashamed of who I was. Thinking about it now, I have no idea why. You will leave this ship immediately, or you will die.
Crichton Durka murdered Sam!
Oh, man.
This hatch leads directly to command.
You sure?
Just look for the girl.
I don't know if
Look,
you want
I'm
to go
not
down
too
there
sure
again.
of the sheet. Try not to fall out of the ship again.
True. Not my gun sword.
Say goodbye to the Nebari sector.
I guess that's good in a way. Now you don't have to worry about the Nebari coming.
Because
Oh.
of her child, Moya is unable to starburst for several more hours at least.
Oh, she decided not to.
Reactivate Starburst
gonna get rid of
immediately.
her.
I will kill the hostages.
Uh-oh. He thinks it's them doing it.
Perhaps it might expedite matters.
Oh.
If I leave the channel open.
Oh, no.
You are pathetic. Look at you, salivating at the chance to maim and kill someone who can't even defend herself, foaming at the mouth like a sick Tralkus. You tortured me without mercy, but you never broke me. You only made me stronger.
True.
Moya's
might try to-
diverting energy to her baby.
Get ready to greet the Nebari, Durka, because there's nothing you can do to get Starburst back.
Yep. I'm gonna kill the baby. He's gonna try to kill the baby, but Moya's not gonna. She ain't gonna let that happen.
I got a plan. You're just not gonna like it.
Why? Let's hear it.
Bait.
Who's the bait, you or me?
What do you know?
They've reconfigured data to send you in the wrong direction. A trap.
Why should I believe you?
Because we both want the same thing.
True.
And how is it you know this room?
I did a lot of crawling through the ship's ducts. Stumbled across the baby.
Did you indeed?
No!
Oh, damn. He didn't believe her? Oh, he's about to book it. Oh, no, he's going to use a gun in there. What's he about to do? Because I don't think it's be able to fly.
All I need is the transport's face cannon. One
Oh,
shot
he about-
into Moya's midsection will solve the
Oh,
Starburst.
no. No. Do something. Yeah. You'll get blown up no matter what.
Shut
Yes.
the doors!
Woo. Oh.
Stop the doors! Pilot, stop the doors!
What?
Oh, this reminds me of Evil Dead.
I'll kill you.
Get in line, Durka. Besides, I don't think the Nebari are gonna let you do a lot of hunting.
Yeah. No, but I can see him getting picked up by another person.
Is Moya still mad at me for throwing that bomb?
Moya understands.
Crichton threw a bomb too.
You handled yourself well.
True. He did.
I did, didn't I? Beat him at his own game.
You just compared yourself to a peacekeeper.
Let that sit in.
We have rules.
Yeah. Well, when I see any of you following them, so will I.
True.
Where were you when Salas was murdered?
Oh. Oh, she's not gonna say. We don't know who killed him. All right, that was the episode. Really good and really good one. We made a new character. It looked like she might be a new member of the team, possibly. Looks like it. So what happens? We see that they just Starburst. I think out of nowhere, right? I believe that's what happened. Moya's, doing her thing, pregnancy and all that. And then she was flying and then ran into a ship. They had no choice but to bring this ship in, obviously. Like, they don't have any, they're probably gonna die if you leave them out there. So all right, we have no choice but to bring him in. This crazy looking dude with this long hair and the patch. And they're like, oh, asking him like, hey, the guy is saying, hey, I'm no threat. I have 2 other people on board and all this stuff. And then we see freaking Rygel pull up and he's like, hey, that's freaking Durka. That's the dude who's freaking on that ship that we seen. He's the peacekeeper commander, the one that been torturing me and all this stuff. And they're like, yeah, that's impossible. That was like a long time ago. That was over 100 years ago. He would be he wouldn't be old, he'd be too old, and Rygel spits on him. Rygel loves to spit on people, and he was about to bite him and all this stuff. We see John had to hold him back. And then he's like, hey, I got 2 other people on board. Can I, bring them down and say, everything is okay for this to happen? They're like, yeah, bring them down. So we see this dude come down and he says, yes, this is Durka. This is the person you say it is. And he has, so this race, I forgot the name of the race, but they was actually the ones who went to take out the peacekeepers there, end up killing them all, and then pretty much captured Durka, and they did some kind of mine erase technique thing they can do. So yeah, that's what they did. They performed some kind of mine erase, and that's Durka there. For 100 years they were doing it. And, so it's kind of crazy. And they come to find out that they have a prisoner on board. And we see this, crazy looking girl. They lock her up. Her name is Cheyenne, I believe that's her name. She has like this collar on, and this other dude, I forgot his name, but he can control the collar. He has little buttons on his freaking forehead. And, she's trying to explain to John, like, hey, once I tell you, why I'm locked up, that you understand, and they're too embarrassed and all this stuff. And you see the dude put the shock collar on or whatever. And John was like, yo, chill out. She was just trying to talk. So you can see there's a little connection between John and her, like right off the bat, So we see John talking to Durka, and while they're talking, we see like this freaking metal ball just roll into the room, and then John looks at it and he's like, oh my god, and he jumps out the way and saves Durka, and the damn thing explodes. And it comes to find out Rygel ends up putting this bomb together and rolling in to stop Durka, and he goes in and he sees them both laying down, and Durka grabs them by the neck, and then I guess he lets go. I don't even remember. But they pretty much ended up locking Rygel up because, they could have killed John as well. Like it was a bomb right between both of them. And then we see Dargo's talking. He's like, hey, good thing Rygel didn't put this bomb together correctly, because both would have been dead, which is crazy. So we see the guy, Silas is his name. He ends up talking to Zan. He's like, hey, this dude Rygel, he tried to kill us. So, we should take him once my people come. They're going to come pick us up, and, we should, go ahead and take him and, put him through our memory thing. And, Zan was like, nah, we're not doing that. And he was like, well, you know, he was looking at her. I was like, damn, maybe you should do you too. So this is crazy because these guys are gonna come pick him up, and like they already took out a peacekeeper ship. Like they might try to take them out as well. So you know, it's kind of crazy situation. So we see Cheyenne. She ends up getting free. She takes the collar off. She gets out of her the little cell they have. She gets out. She runs into to Rygel, goes into his cell, and she's like, hey, you know, let's make a deal. You know, I'll let you out, you know, and you tell me how to get out of here. You know, you tell me where to transport and all this stuff. And then they decided, all right, let's make a deal. You know, Rygel will, you know, take all the aggro, and then she can get away. And then she was like, all right, she unties Rygel, and Rygel goes, hey, help. You know, she broke free. Help, come, you know, come save me. Which is crazy. You would think Rygel would, you know, take the deal, but I guess not. So they come looking for her. They see that she really did escape because they didn't think at first. So pretty much everyone on the ship is looking for her. You know, and so while everyone's looking for her, they discover this dude Silas was killed. Looks like his throat was slit and all that stuff. So they're like, holy crap, she killed him and all this stuff. So, you know, we see Aaron, she's talking to Durka, and they were talking about how she, you know, admired him and all this stuff like that, you know, all this stuff. And like since he was under this, you know, mind control, he was like, oh, you know, myself back then, you know, that wasn't good what I used to do, you know, all this crap. And then the news came in that Silas was dead. And then we see him switch up really quick. He ends up taking out freaking Aaron, taking out Rygel, you know, taking the gun and all that stuff. And we come to find out he regained his memory back. He regained his control of his conscience and all that stuff, which is crazy. I wonder how long it took. It must have took a while. But I wonder like what he had to do for that to happen, you know? So while he has that, we see him, he cuts off his hair, and he starts pretty much taking over the ship. You know, he's doing all the controls. He's locking John in the hallways and all this stuff. Ends up locking Dargo into this, you know, area where Dargo's trying to go and sneak up to him. He ends up locking him. So he pretty much knows everything. Like he's just ahead of everyone. So Aaron and Rygel, they wake up from getting knocked out by him. And, you know, we see that, you know, him, and, you know, he tells them, hey, you know, I did, you know, finally break free from all this stuff. And, you know, Aaron was like pissed off at him and all that. So then he decides to get on the radio and is like, hey, well, at first he tries to Starburst and it just didn't work. And then he goes on the radio, goes like, hey, you guys, if you don't let me Starburst, I'm going to, you know, kill Aaron, you know. So it's crazy because obviously they can't Starburst because, you know, Moya is like, hey, we're not Starbursting because she already did. And plus, like, all her, you know, her resources is going towards the baby. So she can't Starburst too many times. You know, she's pregnant. That's her number one right there. So he doesn't know that. And so he starts getting pissed. He threatens Aaron, and then he threatens Rygel, and Rygel actually stands up to him. You know, Rygel's like, hey, you know, you freaking tortured me, but you didn't break me. And if you kill me now, that's fine, because I know you'll be rotten in the, I forgot the name of the race, but the race they're coming to pick the dude Silas up. So once they find out he's dead, he's gonna they're probably gonna take everybody and mind control everybody. So Rygel stood up to him and he was pissed off. He was like, oh, I was going to use you as a bargaining chip, but I guess I'm going to have to take you out. And then that's when Rygel said, I was like, hey, Moya's pregnant, and, you know, you're not going to Starburst at all because she is pregnant. All of her nutrients, all her power resources going towards the baby. And he was pretty pissed. And then you see him walking off. And obviously we know what he's going to do. He's going to go you know, try to kill Moya's baby. So we see John, he's still lost and he actually runs into Cheyenne. And so, you know, she was like, hey, she had a paddle or something. She tells him to turn around, then she tries to swing on him. John's power slams her onto the ground, jumps on top of her. It's like, hey, you need to chill out. We got to trust each other. And, you know, we need a plan because obviously we're all in the same boat here and we need to take this dude out. So they decided, all right, let's work together, because she's having trust issues because, you know, the whole reason why she's locked up is because she's just, you know, she's different from everyone else. She wants to be out there. She wants to do her own thing, and she's not conforming to all the rules of her race. You know, you got to do what they say, and if you don't, then you're a rebel, and they're pretty much gonna, you know, lock you up and put you under mind control. So she's just different. She wants to go out there, you know, and she don't want to be like everyone else, I guess. So they think of a plan, and so Cheyenne, she runs into Durka, and she's like, hey, you know, obviously we know she, you know, Moya's pregnant, and, you know, where are you going? You think you're going to the correct way because the ship told you you're going that way? Obviously she's pregnant. She's not going to show you where the baby is. So you got wrong coordinates. So I'll tell you where it is and we can get out of here, because they're coming to come get you, and they're going to come get me too. So he was like, all right, fine. She's like, all right, yeah, it's in this room. So she walks in, and then we see John with the paddle waiting, and he did not want to go in. And she was like, crap, and she jumps out of the way, and he shoots at her, ends up shooting her in the shoulder. And then he ends up closing the door on them. So I was like, damn, the plan didn't work. So we see Durka, he ends up running back to the ship that they came into, and then we see John follows him, and he goes in and decides to power up the ship and turn it around to fire into Moya to take out her baby, which is crazy. So while he's doing that, he's turning the ship, getting it ready to shoot. We see John, he actually takes that leftover bomb that Rygel was working on, and he ends up putting it together and rolls the freaking bomb under the ship while it's about to shoot inside Moya. Ends up exploding, and then Moya's finally can open her doors because it was just, she didn't have control, and Pilot had to help out, and so the explosion helped open the doors to get the ship out of there. But also John was in the freaking bay, so he's ended up getting pulled, and he narrowly escapes pretty much at the end, and which is crazy. So we see Zan, she's you know, helping out, attending to Cheyenne, because obviously she got shot, and you know, Zan is pissed off because, you know, she's like I don't know, I guess she's considered a teenager, I guess, I don't know, but she's just crazy. She's crazy, and Zan want nothing to do with it. And so, you know, we see John talking like, hey, you know, you're pretty much saying, hey, you know, there's rules we got to go by if you're going to be on the ship. And, you know, so, you know, they might take it a little bit different than how I'm taking you. So you need to, you know, abide by the rules. And he was telling her like, hey, you know, we're like a family, you know, type deal here. And he's pretty much telling like, hey, we're not, you know, this is not a jail cell, you know, you can come and go anytime you want, you know, this is, you know, this is your freedom pretty much he's giving her, you know. So you know, it's up to her if she wants to leave or she's gonna stay. Well, I don't know yet, we'll see. But yeah, this is a really, really good episode. I like the character Cheyenne. She's definitely different from everyone else. Freaking crazy. She's definitely crazy, I'll tell you that, but it's definitely different. Hopefully we'll learn a little bit more about her and all that stuff. But yeah, crazy episode, really good. We see that Durka didn't die, so he's gonna be, you know, he's flying away, but he didn't die, so I'm sure we're gonna see him again. But yeah, this is crazy. It's crazy that Durka was still alive. That's the crazy thing. It's crazy that we learned about him, how he's some crazy guy working on, you know, torturing Rygel and all that stuff, and then he pops up like a couple episodes down the road. So it's definitely crazy. So that means characters you see always might show up later on. So that's That's the one thing I learned by watching my favorite anime, One Piece. Like, character you see in episode 4, 5, 6, and 7, they'll show up way later down the road. So, really, that's really good though. I like that. So, really good episode, guys. Let me know what you thought of it. Let me know in the comments below. Anything I didn't quite understand or anything like that, let me know as well. So, thank you for watching, guys. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you want to see this full-length reaction, check us out on Patreon. All right, guys, I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.